What up, what up? Happy hump day, boys and girls. Today is October 22nd, episode 92 of Crew Talk Sports, brought to you by Crew Talk Radio. We got Dante here. Just spitting facts today, Dante, on this fucking hump day, big dog. Episode 92, quick shout out to one of the GOATs, Elvis Dumervil. Dante, this motherfucker could have re-signed. Fun fact, could have re-signed, but didn't send a fax. Some sort of fax miscommunication on the fax gate. Wanted to say real quick, we're gonna bring on some Dallas Cowboy fans, but Casey, if you're out there, and Hassan, we're gonna be bringing you guys on Sunday morning if you guys can. So we had to kind of get this shit going here. Quick shout out to the Denver Broncos, my number one team in the AFC West. Dante, we're going to talk some fantasy football. We got a little NBA. We got a little UFC this weekend. NASCAR, potentially. We're going to throw that up in the air for you. Let's get cracking real quick with some NFL breaking news. Cough right in the mic. You love to hear it. NFL breaking news. I'll start with a couple. Dante, you can lead her off after that. So Jayden Daniels officially out. This is that Chiefs bullshit that I'm talking about. You hate to see it. As a Broncos fan who sends a fax, yes. Especially when there's like millions of dollars on the line. Shout out to Jordan. She's actually, speaking of Jayden Daniels, out in Washington, D.C. right now. Guarantee you Jayden Daniels plays against the Broncos. Guarantee. Not playing against the Chiefs. Fuck, what's the spread? 10.5. Dude, we got to talk about your eliminator after the breaking news, but that might have to be it if you haven't used it.
Yeah.
Next, Lamar Jackson practiced today. I saw you didn't practice yesterday. What's the latest on Lamar? Is this dummy playing or what?
I think he's playing. They said he was limited today, but they were posting pictures of him, and he was smiling. He'll be back. That's my guess.
Did you see that real quick? Did you see that thing where he was getting food from the food truck and he was completely like everybody's like he's stoned? Like, bro, let him live, dude. He's hurt.
Multiple videos of him like that. Who cares? Let him live.
Let him live, bro. Fuck.
He's healing. He's trying to heal up.
Wanted to check that line real quick before you moved on. Ravens minus 6.5. Got some interesting statistics on that game. But anyways, I know. Very interesting. We'll be talking about a player that I love in that matchup. Anyways, what else you got for NFL breaking news?
All right. Dre Greenlaw had his suspension upheld by the NFL for threatening the ref. So he did appeal and it was denied. Brock Purdy, Michael Penix, both limited in practice, to be determined on their availability this weekend. Texans are going to be without Nico Collins and Christian Kirk. So maybe some fantasy value in there with Higgins or some of those other wide receivers on that Texans roster.
Yeah. Was Greenlaw practicing? I think he's just suspended, right?
Yeah, just suspended. So he can practice and everything, but then just can't play Sunday. So he's
damn it, man. That's a huge loss, dude. I mean, that's like a 1.5 point spread loss there. Can't play because he's suspended. Yep.
Go Bucky ahead. Irving and Chris Godwin both out versus Saints for the Bucs this week. Darren Waller officially on injured reserve. They signed former Bronco Greg Dulcich. And then Jets, nightmare over there, dumpster fire. Their coach said he's playing his cards close. He's not determining a starter yet between Tyrod and Justin Fields, even though Tyrod's on the injury report. So nasty.
What do you do, dude? I mean, what do you do? Garrett Wilson's out. I'm so pissed, man. I'm just sad for the Jets, dude. They play the Bengals too. Start every Bengal you have, including Chase Brown. Ev, I know you're out there.
Yeah, maybe Bengals might be my eliminator.
Yeah, but dude, you can't be betting Joe Flacco in an eliminator, bro. Let's just be honest. You know? Anyways.
But that was pretty much everything. It's a lot of guys on the limited practice list, questionable. So Sunday, when we have our show, we'll have some more updates on some of those guys as far as fantasy. A lot of buys in fantasy. It's starting to be that time of year where there's buys, there's people out. So you can't be just setting your lineup Sunday. You got to be looking at it, honestly, Tuesday and Wednesday, hitting those waivers because this is when the season's won and lost right here.
Yeah. Waivers. You should be hitting waivers weekly. I mean, you know, we did this. Remember when we did those few episodes where we're like, hey, man, what is a waiver wire? What is this shit? You got to, like my team, for example, I feel like I have a lot of like medium to well players, right? Chuba Hubbard, fucking Dalton Kincaid. Like, I can't necessarily cut those motherfuckers. I haven't had any injuries to where I could put anybody on IR either, you know? So I'm like, feel like I'm in this waiver wire of shenanigans. And then I fuck around and pick up fucking McCaffrey. Such a bozo move, dude. Such a bozo move. Yeah, well, other breaking news here. Did you see the Giants cut Jude McAdamy?
Yeah,
The
I
kicker
did
for the
see
Giants. Yep, homie
fall
lost
guy.
the game.
He was the fall guy. I mean,
Fall guy for Dable, dude. I mean,
no, apparently not Dable. I think it's the defensive coordinator they actually really hate out there for the Giants. I saw, like, immediately after the game on Sunday, everyone's like, "Yo, he needs fired. Fire him now." And don't even let him on the plane. But I mean,
it's
you
the
can't
GM.
blame.
It's the GM, dude. Anybody but him, right?
Top down, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, come on, bro.
We've been there.
Yeah. I think that's it for NFL breaking news, unless you had anything else.
Nope, that's it for me.
Other than the Broncos are first in the AFC West for yet another day, Dante. Where is the fucking media? Let's go. Here we go. We got some clapping. Just love to see it. Love to see it. You love to see it, man. Shout out to the audience. Shout out to our producers too for getting that audio in. Yeah, so I wanted to talk about we could jump straight into college football. I wanted to talk a little Broncos Cowboys preview, Dante. Correct me if you hear anything that you likey or don't likey. We'll obviously break it down more so on Sunday, but we're gonna have just some Cowboys just blasphemy too with our special guest coming on from Dallas. So real quick, Broncos Cowboys all time 9-4 Broncos. Last 3 games have gone the Broncos' way. I was really trying to break down like worst defense, best offense, and then like what Denver should do, right? So correct me if I'm wrong here. You don't like this thought. It's kind of boring and you might hate it. So the Cowboys, they're the worst passing team against the pass, right? So it's like, oh, open the gates, let's run it. No, because we want to keep that offense off the field, right? So they're the third worst rush defense, 141 a game. I'm looking for Dobbins to go absolutely fucking nuclear, especially he's in my fantasy team. Must start. We're going to do a start sit him after this, but must start Dobbins. 165 average last 3 games, Dante, so that's worse than 141. 4.7 rushing yards per attempt. Dude, I mean, I feel like if we are throwing the ball, we're opening up for more mistakes. Fuck the bubble screens too. Still stand on that. Grind the ball. You're at home. Long drives. Get in and out. Fucking, what do you think of this strategy of by Trillo bets here? Just letting you know.
Yeah, I think you copied my notes. I was on the same page as you. Sean Payton came out today and he's defending his bubble screen, saying, going over the success rate and kind of threw some of the receivers under the bus for not blocking. So, unfortunately, I think you're going to see some more screens. But, yeah, Cowboys run defense, bottom of the league, and their offense right now, they're averaging 390 yards per game and over 30 points a game. So, for me, Denver, what I really don't want to see is the 3 and outs. You can't go 3 and out and be on the field a bunch versus this Cowboys team and get worn down. It'll kill you in the fourth quarter. So, I just want to see Denver utilize that run game, and I'm not talking bubble screen, this and that. I'm saying, line up behind the ball and run the damn ball. So let's get J.K. Dobbins involved. Let's get Harvey out there. I don't need to sit Bidet and McGough and just, they can be third string and just sit out there. We don't need any trick play. Let's just not overthink it. Playing at home, strength versus strength as far as our defense versus that Cowboys offense. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and lie. The Cowboys have been a lot better this year than I anticipated. Honestly, they look good. Dak honestly should be in MVP talk right now, early season. He's looked great. Something I'm going to have a close eye on. Me and all of Bronco country's going to be watching this, but Riley Moss actually has the lowest catch rate of any cornerback in the NFL.
It's just because of real quick, I want to say this. It's because of the volume that he's getting thrown at. I mean, that's like it's like, oh, he's the best corner in the league. No, you judge that by volume. Look at across the field from Surtain. I mean, yes,
any corner that's opposite of Surtain is going to be getting a higher percentage of targets thrown their way. So it is what it is. But this isn't freaking some backup fourth string wide receiver for the Giants. Insert whoever name, but George Pickens, that scares me. He's a number one. He's a number one receiver. Obviously, I think Surtain's going to be following CD, and then it's going to be Riley Moss and George Pickens. And that makes me a little nervous because these teams that have a strong number 2 wide receiver tend to eat Riley Moss alive. So we're going to have to rely on that pass rush to get there. Cowboys have a vulnerable offensive line, so we're going to need their help a lot.
Look, I think yes. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that their offense isn't explosive. However, they have not played a defense like ours. I know we gave up 30 to the Giants, right? But we're still a top 5 defense. They were the best defense that they've faced. So I think defensively we match up quite well. It sucks that Greenlaw's out. However, Singleton every game, it seems like this dude's playing better and better. Recovering from that torn ACL last year. Stranard stepping up. You love to see it. Turd Ferguson will be running out there. But honestly, dude, Dak doesn't do well under pressure. He's not the most mobile guy. So I think that's where we win that advantage, that chess match of coverage, sacks, in terms of, you brought it up, Riley Moss. I mean, shout out to Cameron Parker. The dude loves him. I'm not like the biggest fan of him. You're going to see 3 holding penalties and probably a touchdown. But, I think we should try to keep this game on the low end. I would love to see opposite day, right? Run the ball. I mean, dude, you got to think if you're averaging 5 yards a carry, our offensive line is the best offensive line that they've played so far, right? In my opinion.
Right.
So, we should be averaging closer to 5.5 a carry. And that's just a recipe for success unless you just shoot yourself in the foot with these bubble screens. Jordan's ripping off some stuff. Sutton redemption, real quick on that. He's on the never bet again list.
He's a touchdown this week, guaranteed.
Bubble play. Yes, I know. All the time. Franklin touchdown, sneaky. I do want to talk about him real quick and then talk about rookie mistakes. I mean, there's a few of them. Tired Sports, bro, I'm sorry. This is on Trillo Bets. This is my bad. We're going to run it on Sunday. I'm sorry. We had a late start. I don't know if you were watching that Mavs game. Shout out to Cooper Flag, by the way. Homie's killing my points, rebounds, assists. Hey, let's cover this, dude. What'd you think of your cousin Russell Wilson talking shit, bro? The worst part about this, by the way, was #Let's Ride, because I felt like that was a straight dagger in my back.
What is he doing that hashtag for? That's his freaking hashtag. He created that hashtag, dude. First of all, Sean Payton wasn't even directing that at Russ. Say what you want. He just meant it as listen, no one even cares about Russ. I think Sean Payton even forgot he was on the freaking team for the Giants. He was more talking about Dart, but let me tell you about Russell Wilson. First of all he does is sit the bench. He's played himself out of a Hall of Fame career. It just is what it is. He's played so bad his last 3 stops that he's actually not in the Hall of Fame anymore. He was carried by a defense. I saw some Seahawks fans actually coming out of the woodworks about defending Russ today about, Super Bowl. Listen, Bo Nix could win a Super Bowl with that defense. You kidding me? I mean, come on. But to throw the bounty gate in there, I mean, that's just Mr. High Character Russ. He was actually probably tweeting that out from a children's hospital, if I had to guess. Mr. Give back to the community.
Fuck him, dude.
You think he'll be wearing his own jersey when he shows up at the stadium this weekend like he normally does? I mean, come on.
Dude, it's fuck Russ on this podcast, man. I mean, no disrespect to Giants fans. I know there was some Twitter beef going on. Fuck Russ. They probably, the majority of them agree with me because they're paying him $10 million. Was talking about it, dude. The best thing that's going to happen is next year's salary cap will finally be cleared off, dude. That's $38 million, Willies, right?
Yeah, I think the same thing about Russ as the Broncos do. They're paying him $50 million to go away. That tells you everything you know about Russell Wilson. So,
yes, dude. It's like, you're getting, yes, dude. We're paying you $38 million to leave the facility. That is an insult. That's like, I mean, it's just so bad. I mean, how could you even grab your phone and tweet? Anyways, I'm gonna get all frustrated, dude. I can't stand
it. About that. I just thought about it as like, man, imagine what he was thinking on the sideline. He was probably grinning ear to ear when the Giants were up, and then could you imagine the look on his face? Denver wins. I'd have had a camera on that.
He probably thought in like his own way that if he was playing, they would have won. But if
he was warming up, the second Dart even had a little limp on the Dart, bended over to pull a sock up, and he started warming up, dude.
I'd be really, really surprised, dude. You saw Dable freaking out 2 weeks ago in the tent, basically slapped that trainer in the head. I'd be really surprised if we ever see Russell Wilson ever again in the
Well, dude, they
NFL.
don't make Jameis the back.
The
I don't
number
know.
two.
I don't know why they signed Jameis. That makes no sense. Jameis, free Jameis.
Yep, free Jameis. Yep, send him over. So I wanted to, so I mean, I feel like we broke down the game a little bit. I'm thinking run the ball. That's the key to success for the Broncos. I know the pass defense is fucking horrendous for Dallas. I don't even know if Diggs is playing. I don't even care. Why throw the ball when we can run it for 5-6 yards of carry, bro? I do not see a world where Dobbins doesn't get 80. I don't,
especially when you're at home and you got that defense. I mean, this is a game you just got to be conservative. We don't need big brain Sean this game. You know how he writes on his play sheet, run the ball? He just needs to do that this week. Run the ball, Sean. Run the ball.
Yes, dude. He needs to somebody to take his headset off and then put on another headset that's like, hey, we're gonna run, and just keep fucking saying run the ball until he's like, oh,
we don't need any overthrows this week.
And none of this third down, bring in fucking McLaughlin from the gun, fucking draw. That's not what I'm talking about. I don't want that. Put the big boys up there, run the ball, and be like, Dallas, stop it, bro. Stop it. And then, open up the bootleg. That's where I would say you can pass it, right?
Yeah, play action.
That's what I'm saying is hey, let's not run out and start fucking gunning, even though it kind of contradicts what I was saying Monday. That's where Bo might be successful. But, bubble screens, can't deal with it. Although that's as close as you can get to a run play is a bubble screen. Why not a screen to a running back, by the way, Dante? We never do those.
I thought that's what RJ Harvey was for. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, this is a game you got to win just because, the Cowboys haven't beat you since 1995. Your boy wasn't even born yet. I've never seen the Broncos lose to the Cowboys. So I just think with the way the season's going, you got some momentum. Don't crush it here. Just keep it going. The Cowboys are a respectable, good opponent. It's going to be a good test, but I don't see a reason why Denver should not win this game at home.
Still 3.5-point favorites. You love to see it. That's saying that they like us by 0.5 without that home field advantage.
Yeah.
Let's get into, what we could break down the main slate last because we'll do stupid fire rapid, but machine gun rapid fire is what I meant to say. Sorry. Let's talk some fantasy football. We got a couple segments for you guys. All right. So this is by catastrophic week. If you're Trillo bets, Lions, fucking Seahawks, teams in moose piss as it is, Dante. I've dropped 2 straight. We're bouncing back though. I wanted to do a couple different segments of start, sit, flex. Okay. We'll start there. So first things first, you see the news out of Tampa Bay. Everybody and their fucking cousins hurt. Tez Johnson. Have you seen enough from him? I was wrong about Sterling Shepard last week. Tez is explosive and exciting. Speaking of Bo Nix, that's his fucking brother.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think about Tez? Flex?
Yeah, if I'm taking a risk on a Bucs receiver, obviously with Mike Evans out, Chris Godwin out, I like Tez. I think his play style suits Baker. Baker he's a gunslinger. He wants to throw the ball down the field. Tez is super fast, so I think that lines up pretty well. That's the guy I'm targeting in the waivers if I'm looking for a wide receiver.
Yeah, I don't know the percentage, but I tried for him, didn't get him. I would say definitely a waiver guy. I would also say if you see Godwin out there in waivers, store him on your IR. I think he comes back. They're going to need him. So He could be a potential wide receiver too in one of the best offenses in football. Next, this is kind of a sketchy one. To me, it's start all over it. Zay Flowers, Lamar's back. Will he be healthy? I kind of see them going in a different direction, more so running the ball with Derrick Henry. I love his matchup this week. But would you start Zay Flowers against the Bears at home? Baltimore catching 6.5.
Yeah, to your point, like you said, Derrick Henry might be like a daily must get this weekend. But for some reason, the Ravens, whenever you think they're going to be a run heavy game, they come out and throw the ball. So I could see just being like, hey, Lamar's healthy. That Bears defense isn't bad. They're respectable. But Zay Flowers, he's an interesting one. I think I got to see it, make sure Lamar's healthy before I'm pulling the trigger personally.
Are you starting, sitting, or flexing?
I'll put him in the flex. I'll flex.
Would you rather flex him or Tez?
Probably Flowers. Just because he is the number one there.
He's wide receiver 1 until otherwise. Next one, this one's going to hit close to home. Troy Franklin, Don't know what to do with them. I wanted to say Mims, so let's just call it Mims and Franklin because they're basically, I mean, dude,
Right.
it's a coin toss. I'm leaning Mims in my flex. I got a 2-flex league. I'm leaning Mims just because I think
Over for both of them.
over Franklin. I had the option to pick up Franklin, but I went with Mims. I don't know, dude. I mean, I flipped the coin, it was heads, but give me the Mims with the big play potential, I guess.
Yeah, the strategy for me on those two is whoever had the better game last week, opposite this week. I mean,
Right.
that's just. But Troy Franklin, I mean, led the team in targets last week, which is a
Yeah,
good
10
sign.
targets, 10 targets.
They are. I mean, I honestly think that Troy Franklin's going to be the number 2 by the time the season ends. I think Mims is more their like explosive game changer kind of slot receiver, but I think the floor might be higher for Franklin.
I just thought in my head too is like we like to use Mims on these little weird gadget plays, right? Which is great. I think one of them could pop, and I think if Mims goes off for a couple tutties, it could be this week. You know, like
Yeah.
I said, run the ball, run the ball, run the ball. You know, let's be honest, we could just be fucking looking at one of the highest overs of the week. I think it is, but you know, and in that event, you know, Sutton's already shit on me, so I could see Mims. You know, I don't know if I'd bet on him, but I could see me hopping him in, you know, putting him in the flex. I saw what it looked like. I don't mind it. Plus, you know, boots on ground, rooting for number 19. Why not? Okay, so you're flexing Franklin. Where would he stand? Tez, Zay Flowers, Troy Franklin, Mims. I guess we could just say either or.
Zay Flowers 1.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's hard to say because I like Franklin or Mims, whoever does better. But I would say it's the gamble if you don't know which one's going to be. So for that reason, it might be Tez. But I'm looking at the stats right now. I mean, Troy Franklin's got 269 yards. Mims has 234. Franklin 2 TDs. Mims 1. So they're pretty even. I feel like it's going to go about that way, mainly just because I think it's going to be more of a run-heavy game for Denver. And Jordan was saying in the comments about that sudden redemption, 100%. I think we're a week late.
No,
I know, but
I can't listen to it. We got to move on. I can't do it. What about a guy from Buffalo, Khalil Shakir, cannot figure out the Buffalo wide receivers? This is similar to the Mims conundrum. You could say Keon Coleman here. I just think Shakir is demanding more targets. Might Josh Allen might like him a little bit more. Might trust him a little bit more. Keon Coleman, the kid from Sparty, fucked me 2 weeks ago. Will not be starting him again. What do you think about Khalil Shakir flex option during this bye week? You know, I'm envisioning, for example, like let's say you somehow in God's random world, you have Amron and Njigba. It's quite an honest possibility that you have them both. You're fucked for this week. You're looking at these types of receivers. And I think if you're looking at like a Shakir, I'd probably hop him in there. I mean, I just don't necessarily love the matchup, but Buffalo's defense is banged up. I mean, I got something we want to talk about Chuba Hubbard. I'll talk about him too. I love that matchup against the run. Buffalo's allowing the 3rd most rushing touchdowns in the league. So I think Buffalo's defense is a little fragile. That could be a little high scoring game out there in Carolina. Shakir might be worth a little flex. I think these are all flexes except Flowers. I'd probably upgrade him, but what do you think about Shakir?
Yeah, I mean, same thing like Franklin and Mims, Shakir and Coleman. Almost identical stats, 2 touchdowns each. They're within 30 yards receiving of each other and within 1 catch of each other. So, again, it's a coin flip. For me personally, I look at the Bills receivers kind of like the Ravens. When Flowers, just you can't rely on them. You're hoping for the bust is basically what you're hoping for. The floor is just too low for both of them.
I know,
if I had to pick, I would say Coleman just because I think he's overall more explosive and a little bit better than Shakir. But like you said, I think Shakir he's just more reliable and maybe the better IQ football player.
So, you know me and my Sparty dogs, right? So Keon Coleman, granted, it was horseshit watching it, but red zone target up the ass, dude. He's a big, tall, lengthy receiver. He's a big body guy. Similar to like Cortland Sutton type build is what I would say. Homie had some issues dropping last year. You know, it was a rookie. I was looking for him to take a step this year. If anything, he's taking a step backwards. I mean, I don't know if Josh Allen, like, the thing is you can't even really blame Coleman that much too, because, you know, I don't know what Buffalo's doing. They don't have that wide receiver 1, and it's like frustrating to me, you know. So Shakir could sneak in. They run him out of the slot. However, if Buffalo started initiating Coleman as the red zone target, you could see wide receiver 2 potential for a fantasy team.
If you had to guess, who would you say the leading receiver on the Bills is?
It's Dalton Kincaid, and he missed the
Yeah.
game. Yeah, I have him in
Yeah.
fantasy. Must start. He's questionable though. I gotta see.
Joshua Palmer's got as many yards as Shakir and Coleman. So
Yeah, there's another one.
I'm looking elsewhere, honestly. If I'm
So
looking
you're
elsewhere.
saying sit Shakir.
Yep.
Sit the whole Buffalo ensemble, except
Yeah.
for Dalton Kincaid. You're throwing him in.
Except
the
for
start.
Kincaid. Yep.
I
got Kincaid on my
fucking
squad.
knew Dawson Knox was going to catch a touchdown last week too because Kincaid was out, which
Yep.
sucks because I don't want Dawson Knox getting in there, Fort Knoxing around. Last one, Jordan Addison at the Chargers. This is tomorrow night. So this one's kind of interesting. I don't know what you think about these Minnesota wide receivers. McCarthy's not back yet, right? And Wentz stinks. Vikings need a dub, and we need the Chargers to lose. So would you start a Jordan Addison for your Vikings?
I don't know if I would start him just because, like you mentioned, Wentz is, backups do good like the first game, maybe second, and then they just get worse and worse. So I think the Chargers are due for a big get-right game. I don't really like the Vikings this weekend or Thursday night. But Addison's been sneaky. The thing that scares me with with this game specifically is Jefferson, he kind of goes hard in primetime. So in a primetime Thursday night game, I feel like Jefferson's going to have a good game. I'm not counting on Addison. He had a really good game last week, but I need to see that a couple weeks in a row before I'm counting on it. Now, like you said, with the buys and the injuries and some stuff like that, I mean, I'm taking Addison over the Bills wide receivers, probably over Denver's, and maybe Flowers and Addison's a good little conversation there.
So you're saying more of a start, like a wide receiver 2 or 3 in fantasy, right?
I think it could. Yeah, it could be a high scoring game.
So in the rankings, we're gonna put Addison as 1, Zay Flowers is 2, Tez, you said 3, the Broncos mess 4, and then Shakir 5. I just want to follow up on this Sunday, and just look back at my notes and call you a loser when you're on. Next, what do you got?
I got one I wanted to ask you about before you move on here.
What's up?
This is my personal team. So, T. Higgins or Wendell Robinson?
T. Higgins. Start anybody against the Jets, bro. I'm telling you.
Yeah, that's my whole team's kind of a start or sit him, but I got Harrison Jr. He's out this week. Genty's out, so I got to start one of them. All right.
I mean, I kind of want to start a Jets wide receiver. Call me crazy. I might do that in DFS. I might do that in DFS, bro. But I mean, dude, the Bengals pass defense is horse shit. You're looking at like Lazard, bro. Like,
what about? Here's a daily one for you, Mason Taylor.
Fuck him. I already did him. He's horrible. No, I can't do it. I can't do it. There's a lot of good value at tight ends, bro. I mean, look at the Muth last week, bro. If I started him instead of your boy Pitts, Kyle Pitts too, just averaging 8 points on my fan. I don't even know if I'm mad or not. But let's move on to our next NFL fantasy football segment here. This one's going to be the panic meter. Who are you panicking about? Who are you chilling about? And then see, I think you have a couple. I have a couple here. I got 6. So first one's really fun. I'm on the fucking downslide. Hop off the train if you haven't been ran over yet. Jerry Jeudy. My God. You gotta sell on the Judesters, bro. I know Chaunch is out there. Sorry, that was his boy. He got his jersey the day we drafted him. Fanatic Dak hopping in. What's good, fellas? What up, Dak?
Dak.
It's popping, bro. Yeah, Jerry Jeudy, bud. Is it cut potential now if you have him?
No, I'm actually buying a little low on Jerry Jeudy, and here's why. Dylan Gabriel stinks. And I don't think he'll be playing all season. I think you're banking on Shador coming in, slinging the dude. If Shador comes in, you know him and Jeudy are going to have a nice connection. So I might be looking just to stash Jeudy, buy low. People are dropping him. I actually picked him up in a league. Yep. So I'm not – if Gabriel starts all season, then yeah, I'm panicking on Jeudy. But you're hoping that Shador gets in there.
Yep, I'm off the train, bro. I mean, even if he gets traded, I just, for one, I don't like him. For 2,
I saw some people saying we could use him in Denver.
No, Christ, dude, I'd freak out. All right, next one. This is a personal one for me. Xavier Worthy. This is a really, really good panic button one. So, Rasheed's back. They force-fed him the ball. You also have fucking Hollywood Brown sneaking touches. Xavier Worthy. Yeah, Juju, fuck him too. Juju's out there. Travis Kelsey's obviously floating around. Noah fucking Brown's out there, dude. Or is it Noah Gray? Who
Yeah,
is it?
no,
Noah
yeah,
Gray.
no Gray.
Yeah, Noah Brown's the receiver. So I got Worthy. I'm gonna start him, but I mean, I'm looking to move him. I just can't. Obviously, I'd have to kind of bridge him up with somebody or stack him up with somebody. But what's your panic button on Xavier Worthy? And at least lie to me and tell me that everything will be okay.
Yeah, he's fine. I'm worried, bro. You first game back, you could tell Rashee Rice was just the clear number one on that team. Here's why you keep Xavier Worthy, because when they play teams like the Broncos and Rashee Rice gets a little bit tougher of a coverage, then that opens up the door for Worthy. He's still super fast.
Yeah.
The thing you're kind of hoping with him is obviously Hollywood Brown injury issues in the past. Same with Juju, a little bit older now. So I think Worthy is the number 2 on that team. But I just don't trust it just because there's so many mouths to feed. And the Chiefs aren't quite the sling the rock team they used to be. So
No, yeah, I'd be buying on Pacheco. I think they're done with the Kareem Hunt experience too. What do we got in the chat? Yes, cut him. He's talking about Judy. Other than Kelsey and Rice, I trust no one in KC. What about
I don't even
Pacheco,
trust
Dak?
Kelsey. I don't trust Kelsey. Yeah, I don't
Dak,
trust Pacheco.
what about Pacheco, man? I saw Kareem Hunt's touches are on a downward spiral. I think I'd be
It's
buying
for
on Pacheco.
they got that other running back, Braden Smith from SMU.
Oh,
he
fuck.
had 25 fantasy points last week.
That's right. That's right. It was a blowout, bro. They pulled the
Hey,
starters.
I'm just
They
saying.
pulled the starters. Okay, next one. This one's also on my fucking team. Chuba Hubbard. Now, I told you, I like Chuba Hubbard this week. Look, man, they paid him. That's their guy. As good as Dowdle is, he's on a very, very minimum contract. He's more of a rental, in my opinion. Homie is third in rushing in the league. I think you'll see probably a 2-back type, system moving forward. I still think Chuba's going to get you 10 to 15 a week. That's my thing. Don't panic. You drafted him in the 4th and 5th rounds. If Dowdle does get, hurt or moved, you're looking at a definite wide running back 1 potential here. This guy isn't running back 2. I would say more so flex, desperation, bye week running back 2. For me, he's RB3, so I'm okay with him there. I have to start him because Gibbs is out. Obviously, I'm not going to get close to that, but I like Chuba Hubbard still. I'm still patient on him. What are your thoughts on the boy from Carolina?
I'm a little bit panicked just because in PPR leagues, I think Dowdle's getting a lot of those receptions to the running back, which scares me. Chuba, though, I do like him in the red zone and the goal line in those situations. So I think if you're looking for touchdowns, he's the guy you want. But I just, for fantasy, hate teams that do these 2 running back systems because you never know. And then the problem is, Chuba run it down the field, get him within 10 yards, and then he taps out and they put Dowdle in and score and just knife in the heart. So those just make me nervous. Talent's going to shine through, but I think the Panthers they kind of have something to prove. So I don't think the money really means much on this one. Normally it's follow the money. You're right, but I don't know about this one.
What do you think of that Panthers line real quick? We're going to break down the pick'ems here in 20, but I don't know what to do, man. Bills after a bye, 7.5. I know Bryce Young's out, but I don't really mind Andy Dalton in that spot, to be honest with you. At home, 7.5.
Yeah, that's a lot
Just
of
an
points in the
interesting
NFL.
one. Think about it. I think I like how Carolina's I don't know though, because like I said, the Bills defense is banged up after a bye. We'll see what happens. But
And a couple losses too, so they need to bounce back.
yeah, big bounce back. Patriots are rolling too. All right, next one. This one's yours. Brian Thomas Jr. You definitely are going to panic on him because you love Travis Hunter. We love Travis Hunter. This is a Travis Hunter podcast. But he's hurt too. What's the extent of his injury? And also, I'm telling you, dude, I obviously watch more Jags than I think anybody listening to this podcast. It's hard to have a receiver on a team with a quarterback that is legitimately as smart as my French bulldog, bro. It's really difficult. Brian Thomas Jr. He's just not getting the volume as he was last year. I think I don't know, dude. I don't really like this Jacksonville passing attack, to be honest with you. I wouldn't panic. You drafted him high. I wouldn't panic yet. You're not going to get anything for him. But if you could trade him for Travis Hunter and maybe like a Chuba Hubbard, I would do that. I would do something like that.
Yeah, the problem with the Panthers is it's Lawrence, which I hate to say because I like the Panthers or the Jags. Yeah, sorry, wrong jungle cat. But Yeah. Honestly, like you said, if you have Brian Thomas, you got to hold on to him because you drafted him too high. You're not going to get anything back. But if you're looking like my squads, I went running back heavy, so I kind of need a receiver. I'm honestly kind of looking to buy a Brian Thomas because one, you're hoping that the QB play improves, or two, it gets worse and they're just losing all the time and they start throwing the ball a lot. You're counting on he's going to get healthy. And as Travis Hunter shows what he's capable of more and more, he's going to draw more coverage, which will then kind of free up Brian Thomas a little bit. So it's been super disappointing for as high as he's getting drafted in that sophomore slump. But if I need a wide receiver, I might be trying to swipe him from someone that's drafted him high and they're panicking a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I would love to try to move an Xavier Worthy for him, but I just can't. You just won't
You
get that
taking him
value.
over T. Higgins?
Well, they're on a bye this week, but no, that's a good one though. I want some of that T. Higgins show because Burrow could be back and he could be legitimately sitting on 20 a week. Next one, 2 running backs here. I want you to tell me who you're panicking more, like than one or the other. Derrick Henry, big bounce back spot potentially. Also, the dude's been a dog. He's just been fumbling. With Lamar out, obviously, the value's dropping. Or Saquon Barkley. Which one of these dudes are you panicking more about? And which one? I mean, you're not going to trade these guys, dude. Let's be honest. And to trade for them, you're going to have to package some shit up and trade to a loser. Dynasty-wise, sure, you could go get Henry if you're in that position. But, I got Derrick Henry in my dynasty. I'm thinking about moving him to Evan because he's actually going for it. He was like, "Oh, dude, I'll send you fucking Brian Thomas for CD in a second in college." Bro, fuck. What the hell, Ev? Like, I'm 2 and 4 in that league, or 2 and 5. Like, it ain't over. It ain't over till it's over. But Derrick Henry. So I'm not panicking on him. It's obviously dependent on Lamar. Let's be honest, though, dude. Lamar could get hurt again, and this team could be totally 3 games away from just tanking until next year. So that it's more of a risk, I think. I trust Henry more. I think the Eagles' offensive line, something's fucking going on. And I think Jalen Hurts is taking like more responsibility, more accountability. Therefore, he's passing it more. And I'm on the under on his picks in a parlay, so I'm starting to get fucking worried. But I don't know, man. It's so tough. I lean Henry. I think the Ravens get back on track.
I'm leaning Saquon, mainly just because with Henry, the age thing, I know he's superhuman and, every year you're like, oh, this year he falls off and he never does, but he's been fumbling the ball a little bit. Is he going to – I think he'll stay healthy all year, but the Ravens are showing that they throw the ball more. I mean, that's where that Zay Flowers love's coming from. So for me, I would probably lean Saquon just because – I mean, the Eagles. I don't think Saquon's not like looked bad or anything. I wouldn't say. I just think the Eagles just do whatever they do. They need to win. If they need to pass it, they'll throw for 350 yards. If they need to run it, they will. So, I think the Ravens are in desperation mode. They're gonna be doing some different things. I think when you're down like that, it's hard to just commit to running the ball, which they probably need to do. But I honestly might be trying to sell Derrick Henry a little high because he's still Derrick Henry, so you could probably get some good return for him. I wanted to get your thoughts on a trade here involving these guys. So, Team A, this might shout out my buddy Buzz, but he was trading away Saquon Barkley and Terry McLaurin. In return, he's getting DeAndre Swift and CeeDee Lamb. So basically, Saquon for CeeDee is kind of the way I look at that, And I think I would rather have CeeDee, honestly. And Swift has been sneaky good, so that's kind of what my thoughts were on it. But
no, I like it. Yeah, I talked about it, I think Monday, or was it last week? I'm buying Swift. I was right. Only put up 20 points. I'm buying Swift so much that I'm buying Monungai as well. Swift, we know has a passive of being hurt. Also, Ben Johnson loves two running back combos. They did draft that kid. What the hell is his name? Rashad Johnson. Not getting any touches. Monungai's definitely the running back too there. I'm looking at in another way. I kind of do this too. Is like look at teams to where like free agent running backs and who is available that if there was an injury, it could win the league. Like RJ Harvey is a fucking prime example. If Dobbins goes down, Harvey is legitimately top 10 RB finishing the end of the year, right?
And you can buy him super low right now.
Buy him low, right? I'm also looking at, like Devin Neal from New Orleans. Kendre Miller's out. Kamara, they're going to fucking have to force feed him the ball now. Kendre Miller was looking pretty good too, I will say. They were really trying to incorporate him. I picked him up. Yeah. Now I picked up Devin Neal just because you never know, and I love that kid from Tennessee anyways. So you got to think about different leagues like that. Kenneth Gainwell's another one in Pittsburgh. Jaylen Warren gets hurt, so just things to think about. I wouldn't be like, oh, let me go get Derrick Henry's backup, Justice Hill, because if they get hurt, Lamar's just going to throw it like every play. Eagles, same thing. So
Brian Robinson's on that list too. I mean, if something were to happen to McCaffrey.
Yeah, Brian Robinson too. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I just saw Brian Robinson actually got cut. But all right, moving on. Those are the running back ones. Oh, frozen. Yo.
I got you. I can hear you.
Okay, you can hear me?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So let's move on to some college football, big dog. So you got it this week. Start talking some locks. Let me chime in.
Yeah, I mean, a little bit of a lighter week compared to previous weeks, but Ole Miss at Oklahoma. Right now, Ole Miss is catching a few points. I think last time I checked it was 3.5. Let me double check. At Oklahoma, they're coming off that loss to Texas. Ole Miss coming off the loss to Georgia. I like Ole Miss in this game. I think they played really good against Georgia. They were super close. They just barely lost, couldn't finish it off. But I like Ole Miss this week catching some points there in Oklahoma, so that'll be a little bit tough. Next game on my radar should be an easy win, but you never know in the SEC. Alabama at South Carolina. It's Cocktober. We've been talking about it. Real quick, I was wrong. Ole Miss plus 5.5. So plus 180 on the money line. That's what I'm definitely looking at. But Alabama at South Carolina. Alabama's looked good. They're definitely clearing some things up, but this is the type of SEC game where you go on the road. You never know what could happen. So minus 12.5. That's a lot of points. We'll see there. College game day is going to Vanderbilt this week. Missouri at Vanderbilt. Missouri obviously lost to Alabama. That was kind of their biggest game they've had this year. Vanderbilt lost to Alabama as well, but they looked good against LSU. I like Vanderbilt at home. They're minus 2.5. Pavia looks good. I think the hype's about him. The cool thing I like about Pavia, which I got to give him some props because I was kind of down on him, was just like he backs up and his confidence. Like he's the type of dude when he gets in his zone, you can't stop him. So you got to appreciate that. I'm sure you're on the Vandy train this week too.
Oh, you know it.
Yeah. So they're minus 2.5. Next game on my list here, Texas A&M at LSU.
Big time game, dude. Big.
Texas A&M ranked 3, LSU 20. Obviously, they've lost a couple games. LSU plus 2.5 only. So I honestly, I don't know why.
This is it for LSU, dude. This is it. If they lose, they're done. They're not making the playoffs. So it's a fucking must win.
I'm on LSU this week. I think just they figure things out, correct a little bit. Texas A&M hasn't really been too battle tested yet either. So this one I just wanted to get your quick thoughts on. Michigan versus Sparty.
Yeah.
14.5.
Yep. The Paul Bunyan Trophy.
Yep.
Yeah. Big game. Bryce Underwood, been a big fan of him. Sparty covers the spreads, boys. Sparty covers the spread. 14.5. I mean, I would probably lean Sparty. I just got to stay away from it because there's Big 12 value that I'm going to need to pick your brain about here in a second.
I got one of those Big 12 games next on my list. CU at Utah. As you know, you were just there. It's hard to play in the Muss. 8:15 kickoff. It's going to be chilly. But for whatever reason, I can't quit CU. Plus 13.5. That's a lot of points. Coming off a bye, too. And Utah's coming off a tough loss at BYU. So plus 390 on the money line. I might sprinkle, but I like the 13.5 for sure. Another Big 12 game I had on my list here. Maybe you had two. Houston at Arizona State. Houston's a
Yeah.
sneaky one-loss team only. They're +7, +230 on the money line. Arizona State, they're healthy again. Levitt. I mean, when Levitt plays, that's the difference.
It's a
for them.
totally different team. Totally different team. Yep.
I like Arizona State in this one too. I mean, 7 again's a lot of points, but honestly, I think they cover.
Yeah, Arizona State shocked the world last week, bro. I mean, they made me look like a fool. Yeah,
Yep.
that's at ASU too. So I would probably. So hear me out. I'm gonna parlay this shit. It's stupid, but yes, Arizona State, throw them in there. Next, I can't believe you didn't talk about it. Big 12 game of the week. BYU at Iowa State. Iowa State 3-point favorites. What the fuck? This is kind of like Georgia Tech last week. What
Yeah.
do we not know? BYU, Bachmeier is him. I mean, dude, have you watched BYU yet?
Yeah, I saw them in
Bachmeier's a stud.
person.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yep. Bachmeier's a stud, freshman kid. I'm not scared of the Cyclones. Again, dude, their defensive backs are so beat up. Bachmeier's going to fucking eat up, especially on the run as well. And then, yep, you brought up that game. And then Texas, going to throw Texas in the money line parlay. They keep finding ways to win. At Mississippi State, more cowbell. Don't care. Last Big 12 game, Cincinnati at Baylor. Cincinnati, since dropping the first game, won 6 straight. They kind of fucked us 1 week too against Iowa State.
Yes.
So I like Cincinnati there. Money line's -165. So I like that. Other than that, dude, I really want to bet LSU, but you're betting potentially against one of the best teams in the nation. So it's scary.
I'm with you on the LSU, and I really like that Texas pick. I got a sneaky lock of the week. Arkansas over Auburn. It's a pick 'em. It's literally minus on both ends.
Arkansas is playing tough. Yeah, they
are playing tough, and Auburn's just looking for an excuse to fire Hugh Freeze, the head coach there. I think that's gonna be a tough environment. Arkansas is playing for their coach, their interim coach right now, trying to get him the job. So I like Arkansas in that one as a little bit of a sneaky game. And then that was all the games I had besides the game of the week, unless you had anything else.
No, just wanted to say you have Delaware right now, and potentially they're going to lose to Middle Tennessee State. No, that's it. Last one, though. I mean, must we not forget North Texas -26.5. Set it, forget it. They're playing Charlotte, who's like the worst team that I've had to watch so far this year. North Texas, set it, forget it. They're getting a dub. They only lost to South Florida, by the way, bud. Only lost.
Have you seen the line for the Wyoming CSU game? I have it here, but just do you know what it? If you had to guess.
Oh shit! If I had to guess, 7.5.
For who?
Wyoming.
Oh no! I mean,
what is it?
Wyoming's minus. Wyoming. That's a good guess. It was 5.5. It's down to 4.5. Wyoming -4.5.
CSU after they fired their coach going to bounce back, bro. I'm telling you.
I can tell you here. When I saw that line, I was like, "What the heck?" I mean, I watch Wyoming play every weekend. I've been to almost every game. There's no reason they should be a 4.5 favorite. I guess it's in Laramie. Like you mentioned, CSU fired the coach, playing for their interim Ty Summers. QB Braden Fowler Nicolosi, famous for getting Travis Hunter the too small and then throwing an interception the next play like a dumbass. He left the team. He's in the transfer portal. But I was just shocked. Wyoming -205 in the money line. Obviously, I'm confident in Wyoming, but
are you gonna have boots on ground?
Oh, Hunter, I'll have boots on ground. Doing a doubleheader this weekend. Wyoming basketball's got their first tip of the season. So, and then
is that the regular season or the exhibition game?
It's an exhibition. So a free game open to the public at 12:30. Brand new squad. Their coach is really cool. His name's Sundance Wicks. They call him the Juice because he's just like super high energy. Basically, was an assistant at Wyoming, got a job as a head coach at a smaller school, and then now he's back at Wyoming as the head coach. Wyoming's head coach actually left to be an assistant at Texas Tech. Didn't get fired or anything, just straight up was like, you know what? I'm going to go to Texas Tech. They got more money, and this Sundance basically last year was his first year, was like, these aren't my guys. Had to hit the portal, completely new roster, but we'll see how they do. They might be sneaky in the Mountain West. That's a good basketball. I can't wait for some college basketball talk later on, but
Yeah,
it's
dude.
a sneaky conference for sure.
Mountain West, super sneaky. Last year, the streets, don't forget, CSU, I'm going to say beat Maryland because McQueen definitely traveled on that fucking play. That was one of the craziest fucking games I've ever seen. CSU fought, bro. I mean, I had them in a moneyline monster mega Vegas parlay. And I had like them, Sparty, just fucking picked everybody to random shit, dude. I mean,
never
to be honest with
CSU.
you. And the fact that I didn't take like the 11.5 spread, dude, I couldn't believe it. I mean, it was to the point where the people around me cried, like of sad tears. The way that shit ended.
That was a crazy loss.
CSU, low-key, great basketball school, man. I mean, for the last 5 years, they've been pretty good.
Yeah, I think they're gonna have a little bit of a down year just because they've lost so many guys to the NBA. I mean, they've done a great job with getting talent up there in Fort Collins. I'll give them that.
It'll keep coming to Moby. It keeps coming to Moby.
Apparently, and CU had a little exhibition and a press conference, and apparently they got some sneaky freshmen too. I mean, super disappointing season for them last year, but we'll see how they bounce back.
Since we're talking about it, so we didn't write this down, but since we're talking about it, make sure you get eyes on Sparty tomorrow, big dog. Sparty playing, is it tomorrow? Or are they playing Friday? Can't remember. Sparty's back, 22 ranked. Didn't think they would be ranked, to be honest with you, but they're catching a rank. It is tomorrow. Sorry, my phone just jumped to the next week. God damn it, you hate to see it. Jesus, dude. Anyways, yep, it's on last year now. It's literally, my phone just went to last year. Sparty starting next year. Wanted to ask you, though, did you see how Louisville brought a kid who played in the G League for 2 years to go play with them? Obviously Izzo, he doesn't give a fuck what anybody says. He's like, yeah, that's bullshit, man. You shouldn't be allowed to do that. Like, what are they doing? And then Dan Hurley from UConn ended up tweeting like bullseye. That's bullshit because the Ville, nobody likes the Ville more than me. I mean, I fuck with the Ville big time. They play Colgate Monday? No, they're back tomorrow. Exhibition game for Sparty tomorrow. But yeah, dude, this whole transfer portal thing's fun. But Tom Izzo, I was listening to him and other Big Ten coaches, like Purdue's coach, was like, the transfer portal is going to be a thing, like no matter what. What we need to do as coaches in our control is sign these guys to 2-year deals. And like the Iowa coach said that, and then the Purdue coach said, like, unless you can get like a Brad Smith, who's going to be like all-American point guard, the kid from last year, the white dude, super nice. But unless you get like their commitment from their family or some shit, dude, they're going to bounce on you unless they're NBA completely ready. So he's like, sign them to 2-year deals. Like, that's what we need to do. They need to give us that pressure so we can do that and start paying them a little bit more. And I'm like, that's it. But that's not Izzo. Like, Izzo is not that. However, I did see right now Sparty ranks as a top 5 for 2026 recruitment. So next year, not like March Madness, but I think Izzo's going to win one more within 5. I'll say that. That's a deep Chula law.
Yeah, I mean, January, February, Izzo. So, I
have that shirt upstairs.
Wouldn't surprise me at all. College basketball is crazy just because the transfer portal, like in college football, the difference between an SEC and a Mountain West player, it's pretty big. In college basketball, the difference is minimal. I mean, Wyoming's finding guys from some of these D2 schools like Shattern, like some of these little schools that, and like these dudes can ball. I mean, basketball is a different story because the size is there for across the board. It's just about finding those gems. And like you said, to your point, I talked to some people behind the scenes that do this NIL stuff, and what it is, but they're actually writing in these NIL contracts of like, hey, you get this much money now, and then you get this much money when you graduate from our school. So they are trying to like work in some of these things, but then the problem is, in this case, Wyoming has that deal with this player, and then insert school, Gonzaga comes in. You know what? We'll just pay you double that. Don't even worry about it. So it's just hard because the players can get out of these NIL contracts with no liability. I don't think there's anything NCAA can do about it, but we'll see what happens. College basketball is going to be crazy this year.
Regular season starts Monday. Sparty playing Colgate. We'll beat them by a bazillion. Arkansas, though, 14th ranked Arkansas, straight into the SEC,
I
then
like
San Jose
Arkansas.
State, then Kentucky. Wowzers. Big college basketball podcast for those of you that don't know. Y'all
I'm
better be
fading
ready for a
Auburn this
chill
year after that chicken shit their coach did, Bruce Pearl, dude, retiring so late in the season that they had to hire his son. Just didn't add up. I mean, I don't know what's going on over there, so I'm fading Auburn this year. I was high on them last year, too. They let me down.
I think you're looking at Michigan. You're looking at Purdue.
Purdue's my favorite.
Yep, Purdue, Houston. I think Houston has a chance. Duke, by the way, has Carlos Boozer's son. Did you see the exhibition game? He had like 30 points. Yeah, Duke's got to be favorited.
Texas Tech's up there.
Bama again. Will not bet on Texas Tech, especially after this weekend. Anyways, let's move on to our UFC picks here. Shout out to Gerald. Homie just bounced on us, but we did talk to him. He's got 3 locks. We definitely coexisted this parlay. Dante, it's plus 1,000. I really like it. So first off, I know he gave me this name because he wants me to try to pronounce it. Nasrat Hakparast, UFC.
You nailed it. Yeah.
Minus 112. The Moroccan, he says. Joe likes his length, his speed, quick on his feet. Next, he's got Sung Young Park. Homies from South Korea. Don't know what Joe was thinking about this one. Anyways, I'm writing these down. Next, this is a Trillo Bets one just because I know a dude named Camilo. Mateus Camilo, minus 1 plus 112. So the main event for this UFC, so those are the random picks of the week. We just have to write them down. But Dante, I wanted to say, if you don't know what Tom Aspinall is about to do to this guy from France, he's going to fucking bully him. He thought John Jones was bad. I'm telling you, dude. Tom Aspinall is legitimately as big as a polar bear, by the way, and he hunts people. So if you're in North America, don't fear. If you're like in a fucking England, it's not a polar bear. It's Tom Aspinall. I heard when Joe Rogan shook his hand damn near touched his elbow. Joe Rogan's he's a small guy, short, but he's kind of buff,
Stocky, bro.
Yeah, stocky motherfucker. He obviously wants John Jones, never happening, so he's gonna take his anger out on Cyril Gane, minus 450. I was listening to the Anik Florian podcast, and Kenny Florian fought for the belt 3 times. He's like, put my whole entire bankroll on him. What's $1,700 pay? And then John Anik's like, oh, 450. He's like, do it, whatever. I don't even care. Like that's $500. Like that's a very nice Applebee's dinner, So Mackenzie Dern, this is a championship fight. She's fighting this cross-eyed bitch from Brazil. This chick is for sure cross-eyed. I don't care what anybody says. It's a disadvantage in the ring. Mackenzie Dern, by the way, has fought twice over 3 rounds. This Brazilian cross-eyed chick has not gone 5 rounds yet. So look for Mackenzie Dern to get the job done on the ground. Umar Nurmagomedov, the guy who potentially fought Merab the closest, which was one of the most intense grappling matches I've ever seen. Umar Nurmagomedov, minus 650. Mario Batista is a guy who's on his way up. It's just you're running into, Merab took this fight in December, so he doesn't have to fight Umar Nurmagomedov until next year, which they're going to set up. It's going to be a mega fight. So give me him. Alexander Volkov against, what is it, Jailton? Yeah, Jailton Almeida. So Almeida's known for his submission game on his back. He's a small heavyweight. So they're saying potentially Almeida could beat Aspinall because Aspinall wants to wrestle, but he's not much of a grappler down low. He's just like a big guy who just dominates, ragdolls. He could get caught by Almeida. Dude, here's the thing is Volkov's worked on his ground game. Plus 164. Volkov has won me and Gerald a shit ton of money. Even betting against him against Derek Lewis. I remember that. Fucking my balls is hot. Volkov, great on his feet, better on the ground. He's 6'7", and he's just getting bigger. Like he's a stud. Last fight, I think it was his last fight. I had him winning, and they had him losing in a split. No, it was against Cyril Gane. I had him beating Cyril Gane. They gave Cyril Gane the fucking fight. Bullshit. Last one, Rakic. This will be the one that fucks me. Asmarat Mirzakhanov. Christ almighty, there's a lot of them on this card, Dante. Remember, this is in Saudi Arabia. Rakic is a great striker, bro, on his feet. He's got the biggest fucking legs I've ever seen. I'm looking for him to kick this motherfucker in the body, drop the hands a little bit. Rakic, dude, fought really well against Siri until he got knocked the fuck out. It's kind of his thing. So look for him. to get a bounce back win. Minus 106 there. 5-leg parlay plus 1,000. Dante, who fucks this up?
Yeah, hard to say, but the one that I kind of had circled was Batista. Plus, I know he's plus 455 on the money line, but he's one I might be taking a flyer on this weekend.
You obviously haven't seen Umar Nurmagomedov fight.
No, I've seen him.
Does his last name sound familiar?
No.
You fucking dude, Habib? Come on. Come on, guy. Fade Dante. Everybody knows the rules. All right. Real quick. Avs caught the loss yesterday. They still haven't had a loss in regular time, by the way.
Right.
So they lost to the Utah Mammoth.
Netchus is a
doesn't
stud,
look
dude.
bad.
Mammoth are good.
Yeah, Netchus is a stud. Shout out to McKinnon. I was watching that show Monster on Netflix. The game was still on. There was like 8 minutes left after Jordan fell asleep. Bet on McKinnon. Homie just legitimately had, I bet 8 shots on goal. Just could not get it in there, dude. He's starting to turn into my Sutton. He only scores when I don't bet him. I don't know if they're playing tomorrow, but you're talking about a potential bing bong there.
Something we need to keep our eye on for, I think it's Tuesday next week. The NHL has their Frozen Frenzy. So every NHL team plays.
Oh, yeah.
I think we got to lock in a 16-teamer parlay. I think we have to. Throw $2 on it and then see what happens.
I like that. That's not a bad idea. It could make us millionaires. Let's see if the Avs play tomorrow because we're going to parlay them with the Nuggets. They do. Ooh, they play the Hurricanes in Denver. Like that. Speaking of Denver, Nuggets +2 tomorrow against Golden State. Not sure if you watched Golden State go into LA and beat them yesterday. Didn't like what I saw from the Lakers. I will say, too, Jamil was giving me shit, too, on Twitter, X. SGA gets the ball, double overtime, a chance to win it. KD's defending him. He basically he doesn't flop. He does get fouled, but it's just like that's the extent of the NBA. No more Kobe shit. We're gonna draw contacts and get to the foul line. It's I'm so glad college is starting next week, man, because I really watched the game yesterday and I'm like, this is a really good game, man. I'm glad NBA's back, baby. Let's go. SGA 3, 2. Plants his feet, double, triple pumps. KD runs into him. They win. It's just like, God, man.
Bro, the NBA is so hard to watch with the fouls and the flopping and just
a lot of.
You talk about wide receiver divas, bro.
Yeah, and then I saw a clip of the Lakers game. This is when I turned the game off. Marcus Smart flops on a screen, gets up, flops on a push-off, gets a 3 hit in his grill by Buddy Hield. It's just like, man, they're trying so hard to just get the calls, bro. It's like, it is. You're right. It's a tough watch. I'll be watching college basketball more so than NBA, except for my Nuggies. I'll definitely support the Nuggets. +2 tomorrow. We're definitely riding that. Gerald said bet Jokic triple-double. That should be free as fuck unless we blow them out. Look for Golden State to be 1-1 tomorrow. Let's get on to our NFL picks so we can get on and get to bed. Dante, tomorrow, Vikings cruising into the Chargers. LA land. Chargers banged up. 3.5. Who you got?
Give me the Chargers just because Carson Wentz. I also saw Aaron Jones is back.
Is he back?
Yep.
So you're betting against Aaron Jones. All right, give me Vikings +3.5. I feel like the underdogs have been killing it on this fucking Thursday night slates. Dolphins, Falcons, -7.5. Here we are again, dude. 6 games in a row. I've checked the notes. I have gotten the Falcons wrong every fucking week. Give me the Falcons -7.5. I think this is it for McDaniels.
Yeah, house divided at home with this one. My dad and brother talk about a tough watch of a game. Give me Miami for no reason other than Penix is hurt a little bit. Maybe Kirko gets some run there. Miami's in like a must win. Although, actually, yeah, I mean, I gotta say, I hate Tua, dude. Every time he gets up on the mic, he's throwing his dudes under the bus, and he said today, I don't know if you saw the clip. He's like, "Oh, I didn't throw Waddle the ball because I couldn't see over the D line," and it's like, dude, what are you? I'm so out on Tua. It's not even funny, but give me Miami.
I will say, Bijan Robinson potential must play of the year in fantasy, in DFS. Just gonna throw that out there.
All of them.
Jets, Christ Almighty at Bengals. Bengals catching 6.5.
It's a lot of points.
Give me the Bengals.
Yeah, give me the Bengals. I don't know who's starting for the Jets, and I don't think it matters.
No. Jets defense not too bad though. Maybe they could keep it close. Browns at Patriots. Patriots absolutely rolling. Browns. I think we might see Shadur sooner rather than later. Give me the Pats -7. I think they win by 2 scores.
Yeah, sneaky thing here. Mike Vrabel was on the Browns coaching staff last year, so he knows what's going on with that team. Give me the Patriots. Not betting on the Browns, and while Dylan Gabriel's our starting quarterback.
G-Men at Philly. Love this. A couple weeks ago, we saw the fucking Giants steamroll the Eagles. I think the Eagles are back. -7.5. Would have loved to. I'd probably buy this down to 6.5. Give me the Eagles, though. -7.5.
Yeah, teams after they play the Broncos tend to lose the next week. I think only the Colts are the only team to win after playing the Broncos. But give me the Eagles. I think they get right. I think the Giants are still crying over that Broncos game. They're going to be distracted. Eagles are back.
Bills -7.5. We kind of talked about this. I'm gonna. Oh my god, what am I gonna do, dude? I can't bet on the Red Rifle, dude. Give me. Fuck it. Give me the Bills -7.5. Big favorites this week.
I agree. Just because, like you said, Andy Dalton. Plus, I mean, do you really see a record where the Panthers are 5-3? I don't see that.
I know that'd be crazy. Bears -6.5. The Ravens, sorry, -6.5. The Bears are coming into Baltimore. Really like this over at 49.5. But it comes down to Lamar. Oh, you go first.
Give me the Bears. I'm staying on my take that I think the Ravens are in some trouble. I don't know if they win outright, the Bears, but I like the 6.5.
I don't know the state of the Ravens defense. I'm gonna bet that they're healthier. Give me the Ravens 6.5. You're taking Bears +6.5. I'm just sticking with my home favorites. 49ers at Houston. Don't understand this line. Houston's offense is fucking a tough watch. Give me the Niners. They haven't, I mean, dude, you're looking at potential coach of the year, Kyle Shanahan. Give me the Niners +1.5.
Yeah, dude, the 49ers just don't quit. They find ways to win. And the Texans, they just find ways to lose. There's so many games the Texans have been in, they should have won, that they just lose. So give me the 49ers.
It's that Texans defense. They keep them in the games. It's just that, I mean, Stroud. I don't even know if it's
horrible.
I don't even know if it's Stroud, dude. I would hate to just say that it is him. He took a really big shot last week and landed on his fucking cabeza. So, I mean, it's a matter of time, dude,
and possibly no Nico and Christian Kirk. So
yeah, I saw Nico's potentially out. Kirk is out. You're right. Start those rookies. Bucks -4 at the Saints. Don't understand this line. Give me my boy Baker -4.
Yep, give me the Bucks.
Cannot bet on the Saints, who I will say they don't look as bad as I thought they would. Cowboys, Broncos, we can move on. We can move on. Broncos
the only
by
Cowboys
a million.
Winning this week are the Wyoming Cowboys.
They're losing too. CSU's coach just got fired. Titans, Colts, my God. Give me the Colts by a million. This is tough too, dude, because like which running back would you start? McCaffrey, Bijan, or Jonathan Taylor? Like who scores more in fantasy this week?
For whatever reason, Jonathan Taylor has his worst games against the teams he should do the best against every time. So I'm taking the Colts. Just 14.5 is a lot of points. So give me the Titans. Give me the Titans. 14.5 is a lot of points. I think the Colts will win, but I think the Titans can keep it closer than that.
Negative. Cam Ward is potentially a bust. You heard it first.
He's had a turnover in every game.
You heard it first from Chillo Bets. Packers, Steelers, love this spot for the Packers here, dude. I think they shut Aaron Rodgers up with this little tiny little chin strap motherfucking having ass. Look, Micah Parsons is going to have a fucking field day. Packers defense low-key pretty good. Packers wide receivers really low-key getting healthy. I wish I had some Christian Watson stock. Oh, wait, I do. Packers need that wide receiver one. Jacobs is on fire. Steelers defense, horrendous. Look for this one. Love that it's Sunday night. Going to give me something to look forward to. Give me Packers by Millie Willie here. Love this pick.
Going to be a tough watch because of the jerseys the Steelers are wearing. So I cannot be rooting for the Steelers in those jerseys. Give me the Packers. They're wearing those like ugly yellow throwback jerseys.
Yeah. Commanders, fuck me. Plus 12.5 against the Chiefs. Commanders, I mean, dude, shout out to Ev. Said, everybody's getting hurt over there. You're looking at sophomore slump potential from Jaden Daniels, and it's a damn near fact right now. 3-4 team going into a hot Kansas City. You're going to look at something similar to last week, dude. Give me the Chiefs minus 12.5.
Yeah, the 1 week we don't have 2 Monday night games. We get a stinker. Give me the Chiefs. Unfortunately, they're back.
I know. Well, good thing Monday night I'll be watching Sparty anyways. Big Ten Network. Shout out to the Big Ten Network. All right. Anything else from you while we wrap this shit up here?
Yeah, I'll be real quick. NASCAR. So it's the last race before the championship. It's a must-win for a few different drivers to make it in there. So take your pick: Ryan Blaney, Kyle Larson, Christopher Bell, Chase Elliott, and William Byron, Joey Logano, like the last 6 guys fighting for a spot. So one of them is going to win for sure. So just whoever you like of those guys. But I'm taking Ryan Blaney. He's plus 400.
What's Larson?
Plus 500.
Yeah.
Larson just is he's not very clutch. He doesn't have that clutch gene. But it's at Martinsville, and obviously,
who won it last year?
Blaney. Blaney's really good at Martinsville, so that's why I'm taking him.
Blaney plus 400.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's Sunday at 12, so we're gonna be watching NFL football. But I will say, like, if you were just ever like, oh, I'll just throw on a NASCAR race, this is the one. It's one of the smallest tracks. They literally just wreck each other all race. It's gonna be physical, so it's at least
physical bumper cars. You're saying?
I'm talking fights after the race type of physical. So if you got 4 TVs, put the small one on NASCAR this weekend.
How are you watching the games? How are you watching the game Sunday?
Haven't got that far, but you know me, I got 3 TVs set up here, so I'm always locked in on the games.
Dante,
I'll be recovering a Sunday from Saturday. Like I said, Border War, 5:30 kickoff. Wyoming's debuting their black jerseys. I plan on tailgating really hard. I plan on barking at some CSU fans, letting them know what's up, telling them how shitty fucking Old Town Fort Collins is, and send them back on their way. But I will say, quick little note from the crew: don't drink and drive this weekend. 287, complete lockdown from that road. So if anyone is coming up to Laramie, just be safe. Call the crew. You know how it is.
Holla at Dante if you're in Laramie. You can stay the night.
Even if you're a CSU fan, I'll take you in.
Yes, good. Love hearing that. Dante, it's an honor. Always. We'll see you Sunday at 7. We'll be having some shitty Cowboys fans with us. Christ almighty, be ready for the hoopla and the shenanigans. Other than that, let's get to bed. We'll see you guys. Have a great end of your week. Tomorrow, bowling. Dante, I got to straighten it out. I lost the fucking week for us last week. 103. Could have bowled that backwards. I practiced Saturday. Didn't like what I saw either. Not sure what to do. But hey, anybody listening to Crew Talk, at Crew Talk Sports, if you guys have any like fantasy knowledge, I like listening to other people's questions because then I'm like, ooh, fuck, that's maybe I should pick up Xavier Leggett, which I did, Dante.
And Andy Dalton have a good connection.
Yes, that's how me and my fucking bowling ball are gonna be tomorrow, bud. Connected. You know what I'm saying?
Just work on a parlay for tomorrow so we can get our money back on that wild.
Anytime touchdown, Jay Jettas, the FanDuel bonus, first or last, Jay Jettas.
Jay Jettas, Nuggets, Avs. Boom, parlay.
Jay Jettas, anytime Nuggets, Avs. All right, we're throwing Blaney in some shit this weekend too. All right, All right. You guys have a great rest of your week. We'll see you guys later. Deuces.
Go, folks.